And another team that doesn't have any alphas, and their coach is definitely not an alpha. And the last game in the wild card weekend is the Buccaneers 32, Eagles 9. And let's give ourselves a hand. We were all right on Nick Sirianni here. We all said he was a fake tough guy, and all of his antics of him acting like a child and I don't want to hear anything more, you Chiefs fans, or screaming, yelling, nodding into the camera. We all knew that was bullshit. If you're a good coach and if you're an actual tough guy, you don't got to do any of that crap.
Because people know you're tough.
And this game, it should have been a lot worse if the Buccaneers receivers could have caught the ball. The game should have been like 45-9 or something. But I mean, the tackling with the Eagles, it was like, and we tweeted it out from the podcast page. It was like the security guy that's checking people, where he's just barely tapping them down and letting them go by. That was the Eagles defense.
Not great.
And the offense, the play calling is it felt like I was watching a Scott Frost offense at Nebraska, where it was just quick screen, quick screen, quick screen, quick screen, quick screen. You have DeAndre Swift in the backfield, Nick. Use him. Actually, and you know what? I love Nick Sirianni as head coach of the Eagles. I hope he stays. They give him a lifetime contract. But I don't know if it was because Hurts was beat up, but they didn't do any. They weren't able to handle Todd Bowles' blitz pick pressures at all. It looked like a team that just wanted their season to be done with, which is a shame because Jason Kelce just announced his retirement, and it sucks that our last memory of him is getting his ass kicked because Jason's a tremendous player, a future Hall of Famer, and whatever broadcast network signs him, I'm looking forward to listening to him. But and he doesn't have to be associated with that awful team in Philadelphia anymore. But what a game for the Bucs.
Well, again, the Bucs deserve the credit here, but the real story is just Philadelphia's inability to have a functioning offense. Like Brian Johnson, you're not going to be a head coach in this league. You shouldn't be an offensive coordinator. You got credit for being the quarterback's coach when Shane Steichen actually put in all that work. And you guys claim to have the best offensive line in the NFC. All the guys are either going to the Pro Bowl as starters or backups. And you have 34 rushing yards all night. You don't even try to run the ball.
2 first downs on the ground. I think I saw. It was.
And so A.J. Brown is out with a sprained knee. You have Devontae Smith. You know he's going to get double teamed. Dallas Goedert hasn't been the same since he broke his forearm and came back. People, they're praising him. Oh, he's coming back. He's playing with the bad forearm. This, and that. Well, you know what? Since he's been back, he's been more of a liability. Dallas, if you're hurt, it's okay to be out because you're hurting your team with you being on the football field. You don't need to be a tough guy and say, hey, look at me, I'm going to come back. Because when you're dropping passes on third down, yelling at your quarterback, no one's going to remember that you came back from a broken arm. Maybe that's a South Dakota State thing, Dylan, and he's just a soft loser.
Correct.
So we'll go with that. It's a South Dakota State thing. We wouldn't understand.
There is video out there of him getting his ass kicked in a bar. So definitely,
that
South Dakota State,
me.
fake tough guys. Philly, a bunch of fake tough guys.
Even though he looks like a mountain of a man, you could just tell you can tell this guy doesn't want to block.
No.
And if he's getting his ass kicked at the bar too. But this Philadelphia team, they didn't want to be there. And this offseason, they lose key members of their secondary. And what does Howie Roseman do? Not a gosh darn thing. He just says, hey, this front four, they're going to get after it. 34-year-old Brandon Graham's got to be 35 years old. Fletcher Cox is 34. He's got to be 34 years old. Where was Jordan Davis? Where was Jalen Carter? Where are these big, bad Georgia boys that they drafted who were supposed to dominate this game? Again, Baker Mayfield could have baked a cake back there. Josh Sweat had the 1 sack, but he had his first sack since week 9. Are you kidding me? Hassan Reddick, I haven't seen him yet. And then to fix their secondary, in the middle of the field, they're going to sign They're going to trade for Kevin Byard, an older safety, and then you're going to sign Shaquille Leonard and Zach Cunningham, older linebackers who aren't going to make a difference in this league anymore. It's like, what, Howie Roseman, what are you doing? You didn't make this team better. So, I mean, there are so many problems in Philadelphia and so many questions that need to be answered. It's going to be a fascinating offseason.
No, they don't. Nope. And it made me feel a little bit better about the Cowboys game, because at least with the Cowboys there was a little bit of some fight, where the Eagles were just like, what, can this clock just hit 3 zeros?
Yeah, they just straight up laid down and died.
And it was, I mean, there's questions like, what is Jalen Hurts? Because he regressed this year.
Yes, he did.
There were a lot. I mean, him and A.J. Brown were at each other's throats.
Dallas Goedert was yelling at me yesterday.
Yelling at him. I mean, was he a flash in the pan 1 year wonder?
With a Mickey Mouse schedule.
Yeah, well, it'll probably go back because they'll get the Mickey Mouse schedule next year. But
they get the second place schedule, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, which is what they had the year before too, because the Cowboys were.
That is true.
So, I don't know. I hope they keep Sirianni, because, and the best part about it was too is I was watching the Barstool stream of Philly fans watch the game last night, of them talking about how stupid he looked, how he has all of his stupid sayings and never wants to see his stupid face again, and how much seeing just the complete 180 turn about how this is our guy, he represents Philly, brings us on strong, we're so happy he's our head coach, and now they don't even want to say his name.
He got a popcorn bath from a Eagles fan. After.
I saw that too.
I saw that, Grant. Some guy was in the front row, spent how much money on him? Dumps a whole box of popcorn on Sirianni as he walked by.
You get what you deserve when you're gonna go and yell and scream at fans. You deserve that, especially as the head coach. You don't see.
And dude, like I said, Dylan, you're yelling at fans from the team who beat you in the Super Bowl. You lost. You're a loser, Nick. And you're gonna have. I don't want to hear anything from you anymore. Nick, where's your Super Bowl ring to tell those fans to shut up? Oh, that's right. They didn't make one. The shirts you had are in Ghana. So do me a favor. Just do me a favor and shut the hell up. But also, hold on here. We've bashed the Eagles enough. Let's give credit where credit is due. Todd Bowles and this Tampa Bay team, boys, they are clicking right now, and they put their chips in the middle of the table with Baker this year. But no one here thought this would work. We all thought they'd probably
picked them to take last.
Be last place. They're 4-13. Todd Bowles is only a defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach. Baker Mayfield's some cocky, arrogant guy who planted the flag at Ohio Stadium.
Thank you, Baker.
Thank you, Baker, by the way. He's not going to be dangerous or anything like that. Mike Evans can't have 1,000 yards without Tom Brady. Chris Godwin, his knee's about to be robotic. Devin White doesn't want to play. Well, you know what? They answered all these questions plus. And then I'm glad Aikman finally brought up in the broadcast last night. Bowles took a chance on their new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Dave Canales done a great job.
Great job.
And if you're Tampa, you have to re-sign Baker to an extension.
100%. He deserved to be a quarterback, and kind of just with the way that team is, people doubt them a little bit. They don't have the true superstars. And you could argue maybe in a way kind of some misfit toys. Baker's the perfect leader for that group of men, and Jason Light doing a great job, especially drafting on the defensive line these last 2 years. Logan Hall, the first rounder, I'm drawing a blank on his name, from Pittsburgh, had a big game last night. And then Yaya Diaba, the third round pick, who was third in the league with rookies and sacks this year. I mean,
Vita Vea.
Vita Vea still going strong. I mean,
push stopper.
Someone finally submarine Kelsey. Someone finally stummed reading him in his last game. I mean, so just credit to the Bucs, and who knows? Maybe they're building something right down there in Tampa Bay.
Maybe they've been going, but it's a good. I'm happy for Baker. I've always been a Baker fan. Maybe a short guys, we got to stick together. A short Kings.
Short Kings.
Yep, exactly. He's going to be a dad, so giving him some extra juice. And back against the wall, had a grown up, been with some structure, not in dealing with Freddie Kitchens or whatever the disaster that it was in Carolina. He's proven when he has some grown-ups around him, he can be successful, and he has that type of structure in Tampa. But let's go.
Guys, hold on. Did you see the meme last night? Someone took a picture of Lincoln Riley on the sidelines, and it goes, Lincoln Riley shows up to the Eagles game, and they already forget to learn how to tackle. Coincidence? I think not.
I love it.